Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, I have a very exciting announcement. For the first time ever, I am participating in VLOGMAS this year. If you don't know what VLOGMAS is, it's a tradition where YouTubers upload a video every day in December leading up to Christmas Eve. Now, the traditional way of doing VLOGMAS is actually vlogging and then uploading that video the next day. That's not exactly how I am doing it because doing VLOGMAS at all is very stressful and I don't want to add extra stress, especially around the holidays. So I am just uploading a video every day from December 1st through December 24th. It's gonna be a lot of day in the life vlog type videos, sharing about decorating, sharing about baking around the holidays. I'm gonna incorporate some teacher related videos as well, but it's gonna be a lot of just lifestyle type videos, but I hope that you are as excited as I am, and maybe this can become a tradition. I don't know, no promises. We'll see how this year goes. If y'all give it lots of thumbs ups and you watch the videos, then I might do it again next year. So I thought it would be best to start off with just a Q&A. I have not done one since Billy and I announced we were moving to Texas, and I thought now, being a couple months in, this would be a great time. So we're gonna jump right in. I posted on Instagram asking for questions, and overwhelmingly, the top question asked was some form of, are you going back to the classroom? When are you going back to teaching? Are you teaching next year? So I thought I'd start with that one. Okay, I'm gonna answer the question and then I'm gonna share my thoughts on being asked this question quite often. The answer is, I don't know, because there are a lot of factors that go into that decision. If I found the right school, absolutely. But I don't know if that will be next year or 3 years from now, 5 years from now, or ever. I don't know. And it also depends on when Billy and I start a family, and there's a lot of factors that go into that decision. But transitioning to how I feel about being asked that question literally on a daily basis. First of all, when I asked for questions on Instagram, I received hundreds of people asking if I'm going back into the classroom, if I'm going back to teaching. But what I find interesting is not a single person asked, are you happy doing what you're doing right now? And the answer to that is, I am the happiest I think I've ever been. I, for once, feel like I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm not being stretched in 100 different directions. I'm not working 80 hours a week like I was when I was teaching full time while also creating YouTube videos, podcast episodes, posting on Instagram, answering emails, creating products, all of the things. It was a lot. And I knew it wasn't sustainable. I did it for 7 years where I was literally working around 80 hours a week in order to teach and be able to share my life as a teacher with all of you and create products. And ultimately, I know it's not something I could keep up forever. And I'm happy that I've transitioned to just focusing on my business and creating content for you all. But I would be lying if I said it wasn't hard receiving on a daily basis tons of DMs, emails, comments, messages asking, well, when are you going back to teaching? Are you gonna be back in the classroom next year? Because it leaves me feeling like I'm not doing enough and feeling like people are disappointed in me, which ultimately is one of my worst feelings. I do not enjoy feeling like I'm disappointing people. However, I've grown and matured to the point where now I'm focused on me and doing what's best for me and my health and my sanity and my happiness. And I know that right now in this current season of life, that is doing what I'm currently doing rather than trying to balance 2 jobs, which really felt like 3 or 4 jobs. And it's not everyone, obviously. I am so incredibly thankful for the messages of people saying that they're happy, they can tell I'm happy, and that means a lot to me because it's just that kind of validation. I know there are people that miss me posting about my experience in the classroom and kind of that relatability. I know that there are people that miss that, but ultimately I have to do what's best for me, and right now that means not being in the classroom. I don't know if or when that will change. Obviously, I will keep you all updated, but right now I'm happy and that's all that matters. And even Billy has commented, he's like, you just seem so much happier. And it's because I am. Next question is from MJ Freels. What did you do with all your classroom supplies? Thankfully, our house actually has a closet under our stairs. When we first saw the house, which was through a virtual tour, when I saw that little area, I was like, it would be perfect for my classroom stuff. And I made it my goal to fit at least as much as I could within that room. It's just a big pile of stuff. All of my stuff is in there besides my classroom books. Those are in the garage. I just couldn't fit them, but otherwise it is all in that closet. If a tornado comes, we might have to move some of it out so we can hide in there, but otherwise it's a great place for it. Sarah_impasta wants to know, what do you miss about classroom teaching? What do you not miss? I absolutely miss the interactions with my students and their families and forming those relationships. I see a lot of posts from families that I taught in the past on Facebook, and I love keeping up with them. And it did hit me where right now, like, I don't know any families in the area, and I miss going to the grocery store and seeing a student or their family and being able to connect with them. And now I don't have that. I definitely miss that. But what I do not miss is working 80 hours a week and sacrificing my happiness in order to do multiple jobs. You know, balancing both for 7 years, it did make me happy in a way because I felt like I was accomplishing a lot. And I think in that season of my life, it was okay. But the longer it went on, and as I started to transition to new seasons of my life, I just realized that that's not what I wanted anymore, and it wasn't sustainable, and it wasn't making me happy. So I do not miss teaching all day and then coming home and working another 5 or 6 hours in order to make videos and make products and answer emails. That is definitely not missed. I enjoy having a life outside of just work and being able to actually live and experience things, which is difficult to do when you're working so much. I Teach by Faith wants to know, what advice about positivity would you give to teachers who are currently in the classroom? This is difficult because obviously I'm not in the thick of it right now. Last year, I did experience virtual teaching and hybrid teaching and switching back and forth between them. So I have an idea of how hard it is, but everything I'm hearing from teachers is that this year is even more difficult. And so I don't know exactly what that's like. I think my advice would be, it's okay to not be positive all the time. It's okay to be in a situation and be like, you know what? This stinks and I'm not happy right now. It's okay to admit that. You don't have to be positive all the time, but I think it's important that you start to take actions that will help you become more positive or help you feel happier in those moments. So for example, if you are feeling very burnt out and overworked, start cutting back the amount of time you spend in the classroom or teaching or working on school-related things, and that means prioritizing the things you get done versus not getting done, and leave at the end of your contract hours and go do a hobby or something else that brings you joy. I do think the people you surround yourself with is very important, and if you are around people who are constantly negative, that can take a big toll on you. So if you need to separate yourself from those people, that's okay too. But ultimately, it's okay if you're not feeling positive. It's okay to rant about it, but at the same time, try to find a solution in order to help, because there are things within your control, even when it feels like nothing is in your control. Amy_Leonard2 wants to know, thing you like most about Texas. I'm gonna actually give you 3 things. Number 1, food. Phenomenal. I have not really found a place I don't like here in terms of food. Billy and I have eaten very well. Number 2, the people. The people are just very nice here, and it's taken getting used to because I think the East Coast is very different. People tend to be go, go, go all the time, and that can come off as kind of brash sometimes. Whereas I come here and I just feel like everyone's nice. Quick story, as an example, Billy and I went to Home Depot to get a new vanity for our bathroom. We did not measure his car, and so when we took the vanity out, it did not fit. So we panicked. Billy went to like a U-Haul place to go rent a truck. So he left. I was literally sitting on the curb with this vanity on one of those like flats, and a gentleman who worked at Home Depot actually came up and he kind of asked what was going on. I explained, and he was like, well, where do you live? Like, you can borrow my truck and take it home. And it's like things like that never happened back in Maryland, or very rarely. So the people have been amazing. And then number 3 would be the weather. I have adapted very well to the heat, and now I go outside and it's in the 50s and I'm like freezing. But honestly, it was never too hot for me. I always heard about the heat in Texas, or the humidity, which, just so we're on the same page, Maryland is way more humid than Texas, at least than Austin. I know Houston is a lot more humid, but where I lived in Maryland in comparison to Austin, Maryland always felt more humid. So this feels drier, and honestly, like, I've loved the heat. Now when it's below 90 degrees, I'm like, oh, it's kind of chilly. I need a jacket today. Kinsley Hauser wants to know, what do you and Billy do in your new town to make new friends?
I didn't have friends.
That's really cute. You all think we have friends. No, listen. Billy and I tend to keep to ourselves. I want to be better about making friends. It's just not a strength of mine. I'm very introverted. So for example, when we're at the gym, I don't talk to anyone. I'm just in the zone, and I think people are intimidated by me, so they don't talk to me very often. It's okay. I have connected with 2 different teachers that I met through Instagram here in Austin. So that's been nice, just to start to form those connections. I actually joked with Billy the other day. I said, you need to make a friend. And he goes, well, I have you. Like, why do I need another friend?
So who's gonna be his best man?
I have no idea. I honestly think that his best friend is his mom.
And I said, you need a guy friend. Thankfully, his cousin does live here, and we've gone out with him to like comedy shows, things like that. But we don't really have friends, so still working on that. Randolph.faith99 wants to know workout routine / workout playlist. So at the time I asked for questions on Instagram, my fitness journey video had not gone up yet, but now you can go back and watch that in terms of my fitness routine. I work out 5 days a week. It's a powerlifting style program. I do have an online coach who creates that program for me, and I just follow that. But for workout playlists, I'm gonna open up and share some of the music that I have on it. I will change my playlist about once every other month just to kind of keep it fresh. So right now on my playlist, I have like The Offspring, so like You're Gonna Go Far Kid. I have A Day to Remember, like The Downfall of Us All, songs like that. And then I have like Cyclone by Baby Bash. That's a jam. Bottoms Up by Trey Songz. I tend to play that when I'm like going for a really heavy set. Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar. Party Up by DMX.
Wait a second. Oh, I love this song.
What's Your Fantasy by Ludacris. Also one of my go-to songs for a heavy set. All Night by Chance the Rapper. I have You and Dat by E40. Quality song. So I just have a mixture of random music on my playlist. I also listen to a lot of like Childish Gambino, and I'll do like Pop Goes Punk. Do you all remember those CDs from like the 2000s, whatever it was?
CD? What's a CD?
Yeah, that's my music. Okay, last question. I thought this was just a fun one. Mermeg01 wants to know, favorite Costco staples or one-time buys? I will say that Billy and I are still new to the Costco world. We're still learning some of the go-to items that you have to have. But for us personally, we always get Premier Protein shakes, like the pre-made shakes. I love the cafe latte flavor. It has a little bit of caffeine, like I think 100 milligrams, but it tastes like coffee and it's really good. We have protein powder, but we like to have the pre-made shakes for when we just have to like grab it and go. We also will buy their brand of protein bars. I don't eat them very often, but Billy does. Ooh, we also get their coffee. We will get a Colombian blend, and then we also get espresso beans that we will grind up ourselves. Those are go-tos. We get like bacon bits. We buy chicken in bulk there and put it in the freezer because we eat a lot of chicken. Honestly, that's about it, but I know there's a lot more items from Costco, so how about if you have any recommendations, go ahead and leave them down in the comments because I would love some more items to get at Costco. Okay, that is gonna be it for the first Vlogmas video. Make sure you check back tomorrow because I will have a go decoration shopping with me, and then the day after that I'm gonna decorate my house and I'm gonna vlog it. So I would love for you to join me. While you are at it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos, which for the month of December are gonna be coming every day. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.